Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we have done till now, for f of x, we have written Taylor series f n a x minus a n raised to power n upon n factorial n from 0 to infinity. And we have seen that this you can write f of x is equal to Pn x plus Rn x, where Rn x is remainder after n terms, remainder after n terms, and the formula is n plus 1th derivative at a point C, x minus a raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial, where C is between a and x. Fine. And also if Rn x goes to 0 as n goes to infinity. Okay. So write like this. For all those values of x, for all those values of x for which Rn x goes to 0 as n goes to infinity, f of x is equal to the sum of the power series. Is that okay? So you can write, you cannot write this equals to this, but you can write f of x is equal to Pn x plus Rn x. And if Rn x goes to 0 as n goes to infinity, then you can put an equality sign. This is what we have done till now, right? This is called Taylor's formula. This is just the summary. Now what we are going to do is, so the next thing which we are discussing is, suppose you have f of x and you know that let f of x is equal to sum of the power series, right? Suppose this is true, and because there are infinite number of terms, I will just take first few terms to approximate my f of x. Let us approximate f of x with first like p and x. Okay, so I'm saying that I will write f of x in place of f of x, I will write f of a plus f dash a into x minus a upon 1 factorial plus f double dash a into x minus a square upon 2 factorial and so on, plus nth derivative at a x minus a raised to power n upon n factorial, right? So obviously this is not an equality sign. So I would like to know what is the error. If you are approximating this f of x with p and x, so what is the error? So I want to know actually f of x minus p and x mod, because I don't care about the sign. I just want to know what is the magnitude of the error. Question clear hai sabko? Is the question clear to everybody? We are going to answer this question today in today's. Yes, beta.
मैम ये लिखा है लेट अस अप्रोक्सीमेट के बाद आपने जो बोला वो नहीं समझ आया, मतलब हमने क्या अप्रोक्सीमेट किया था?
You see, your f of x is equal to this series, and this series contains infinite number of terms, right? So I am saying that I will just write first n plus 1 terms. So I am writing in place of f of x. I'm not writing the whole series because that is an equality sign. So I'm just writing the first n plus 1 term. So I'm approximating f of x with p and x. Okay?
Okay.
Right? So I would like to know, if I am approximating f of x with p and x, what is the error? Is that thing clear? Because for equality, f of x is equal to this series when you are considering infinite number of terms. But if you are just considering first n plus 1 terms, that is you are considering p and x, then obviously this sign is not exact. So you would like to know what is the error. Okay. So now you see, we can very easily answer. We know that f of x is equal to p and x plus r and x. So f of x minus p and x mod will be equal to Rn x mod, right? So this is the error. So you have to just find its value, Rn x mod, that will be your error. That will be your error. Is that okay? So we will be doing some problems and from there it will be clear to you that what exactly I am saying.
मैम तो
Is
फिर
that
कुछ
okay, beta?
क्वेश्चंस में जब RNX अप्रोचेस टू 0 होता है तो उसमें एरर तो होगा ही नहीं फिर तो, है ना?
No, beta, here n is not infinity, right? We are not taking any limit. So let me give you an example, okay? I am saying that you will approximate f of x with p and x. N is finite, right? I am not saying that n is infinity, because when n is
हाँ
infinity, then know that f of x is exactly p and x. Okay,
हाँ
fine. In that case, error has to be 0 anyway. Fine. So let us do this problem. Question is, calculate e. Okay, e is your exponential, e raised to power 1 basically, with an error less than 10 raised to power minus 6. Okay, first try to understand this question, that you are asked that you have to compute the value of e in such a way that error is 10 to power less than 10 to power minus 6. Now you tell me, what do you think that how a calculator is computing e? Do you know, if I put in calculator e raised to power 1, I will get something. What is the value of e? Anybody?
2.7.
2 point something, right? 2 point how much?
7.
Okay, this is not the exact value obviously, but what is the exact value of e raised to power 1? Anybody? What is the exact value of e?
2.718. 1 upon 1 factorial.
Beta, again, what is the exact value of e raised to power 1?
2.718.
0.7182.
18281828459045235. Can you tell me if will it finish ever? This number e.
No, ma'am.
Can you write the exact
No.
value? No, not write the exact value. So the exact value actually is 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 cube upon 3 factorial. This is the exact value. If you can find out the sum of this series exactly, and we don't have a closed formula for this series, for the sum of the series, so we don't know the exact value of e. So here what we can do is, you can approximate. I can just approximate e with 1. I'm just keeping one term. That is a very bad approximation. Can you see better? And then I can approximate e with first two terms. That is equal to 2. So somewhere you are close. Then I can approximate e with first three terms. 1 upon 1 by 1 factorial, 1 by 2 factorial. That will be 2.5. Then I can approximate with first four terms. 1 upon 1 by 1 factorial, 1 by 2 factorial, 1 by 3 factorial. So that is 2.5 plus 1 by 6. How much is that? 2.5 plus 0. How much is this? 33333. Sorry.
0.1.
0.116, right? 66666, like this. So you have, this is equal to 2.66666. So you are getting closer to e, but all these are approximations. Is this thing clear to everybody? Now obviously we will not do these calculations every time to see that how many terms I need so that my error is less than 10 to the minus 6. Okay, so the question is that you have to tell how many numbers, how many terms you will add so that your error is less than 10 to the minus 6. Question is clear, beta? So I'm saying, suppose on adding on approximating e with p and 1, right? So you have e raised to power x is p and x plus r and x, right? So I want to compute e raised to power 1, so that is p and 1 plus r and 1, right? Suppose on approximating e with p and 1, error is less than 10 to the power minus 6. This is your question, right? Now it means that we don't know what n is. We want to find out n. So we want e minus p and x, p and 1, which e minus p and 1 is actually r and 1. I want it to be less than 10 to the power minus 6. So I want Rn1 to be less than 10 to the minus 6. Right? Now let us look at Rn1. What is Rn1? Can you tell me? Rnx is n plus 1th derivative at c into x minus a here is 0, raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial, where c is between 0 and x. Now I put x is equal to 1, so I get Rn1 is equal to, what is the nth derivative of e raised to power x? That is e raised to power x. So this is e raised to power c, x is 1, so this is 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. Clear? Where c is between 0 and 1. Is that thing clear? Okay. Now this is your Rn1. I want it to be less than 10 to the minus 6. But I don't know what c is exactly. But I know that c is between 0 and 1. C is between 0 and 1. So it means that e raised to power c will be between e raised to power 1 and e raised to power c will be between e raised to power 1 and e raised to power 0. So e raised to power c is between, I know that e is bounded by 3. Okay. And this is 1. So I can use this thing here that e raised to power c upon n plus 1 factorial is less than 3 upon n plus 1 factorial is greater than 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. So this is my Rn1. This is less than 3 upon n plus 1 factorial. This is greater than 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. Now I want a value of n in such a way that this number is less than 10 to the minus 6. Okay. I want that value of n. I want a value of n for which 3 upon n plus 1 factorial is less than 10 to the minus 6. Because if this number is less than 10 to the minus 6, then this is less than 10 to the minus 6. It means that error is less than 10 to the minus 6. Clear? So how you will compute it? Because factorial is involved, so you cannot solve this equation. But you can keep on putting the values of n. Keep on putting the values of n. For example, you check if you put n is equal to 9. If you put n equal to 9, so 3 upon 10 factorial, this is less than 10 to the minus 9. So you have to actually put the value of n to compute this number. Is that okay? So it means that, therefore, we need to take n is equal to 9 for error to be less than 10 to the minus 6. It means that e will be 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial and so on 1 by 10 factorial, because if n is 9, sorry, 1 by 9 factorial. So this is your value of e for which error is less than 10 to the minus 6. Value of e for which error is less than 10 to the minus 6. Is that thing clear, beta?
Ma'am, please explain this again, question.
Okay, beta. So you see, your question is that you have to write a value of e so that error, because we cannot write the exact value of e. So we are saying write a value of e so that the error is less than 10 to the minus 6. So I'm saying if you can write, we know that e raised to power x is p n x plus r n x. So I want to compute e raised to power 1, so I'll put x is equal to 1. So I have e raised to power 1 is equal to pn1 rn1. So I got e minus pn1. This is the error, which is equal to rn1. So I want rn1 to be less than 10 to the minus 6. Now I am seeing what is rn1. So rnx is fn plus 1th derivative at c, x minus 0 raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial, where c is a number between 0 and x. Now I'm putting x is equal to 1. So this is equal to, now because function is e raised to power x, so its derivative is e raised to power x always. So n plus 1th derivative is e raised to power x. I'm putting x is equal to c. So this is e raised to power c into, we are putting x is equal to 1. So 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. So this is the value of rnx, rn1. Now we want to make this number, this quantity less than 10 to the power minus 6, because that is what is asked in the question. But we don't know about C. Exact value we don't know of what is the value of C, but we know that C is between 0 and 1. So if C is between 0 and 1, e raised power C is less than e raised power 1 and greater than e raised power 0. So I'm using a little bit information here that e raised power 1 is less than 3. So you may have this thing in your mind that how do we know this thing? So you can assume that this is given. Okay. So E is less than 3. I'm using this information. Otherwise, I won't be able to proceed. So
Ma'am?
E, you can use something 4 here also. You can use 4 also. Because this n is not unique. If I, with n equal to 9, I am getting an error of 10 to the power minus 6. Then obviously with n is equal to 10, I will get a still smaller error. You know, right? Okay. So this 3 is not unique. Yes, beta?
Ma'am, why we had took A to be 0?
Sorry?
Why we have took this center A to be 0? X minus 0.
He's asking why are we using Maclaurin series rather than Taylor
Yeah,
series?
obviously I can use Taylor also, but that in the question I'm not asked to write the Taylor series or anything. So if I'm asked to compute the value of E, the simplest thing is I will use the Maclaurin series, no? Right? You can use X is equal to 1 also center, but that is not required. So whenever you, because this is how a calculator computes E. I told you already this thing that if you want to compute E, then you have to find the sum of this series. Fine? Okay. So I'll do one more problem.
मैम
So
हमने
that
सीधा ही n की बहुत बड़ी वैल्यू क्यों नहीं ले लिया? हम लोगों ने n को 9 क्यों लिया? हम लोग बहुत बड़ा भी तो ले सकते हैं.
yeah, okay. So you see, you can say, ma'am, I can take 100 terms, right? But adding 100 terms is computationally costly, right? So we want, this is a small thing here. We want a value, a number, so that that number is small also, and error is also less than 10 to the power minus 6. Okay.
ठीक है. हाँ मैम,
Error
ओके.
is also minus 6, because if you take a very large number, obviously then you have to add 100 terms. You see, adding 100 terms is a difficult task. Fine. So that is the idea, that we want our error to be less, and also we want that we don't have to add so many terms. That is the idea. So that is why we are computing that exactly how many terms will give you an error less than 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, let us do more problems, you will understand. Next question. Okay, so I'm just asking, let us, we want to replace sin x. We want to compute, same question I'm giving you. We want to compute sin x, okay, with sin, say, we can write here 5, sin 5, with an error less than 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. So how you will do that? Can you tell me? We know that sin x is Pn x plus Rn x. Is that okay? Clear? So sin x is Pn x plus Rn x. So sin x minus Pn x is equal to Rn x. And I want sin 5. So sin 5 minus Pn 5 will be equal to Rn 5. Now what is Rn 5? Rn 5 will be n plus 1th derivative at C. Okay, x minus 5 raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. Is that okay? So now this number, I'm looking at the mod. This number I know is less than equal to 1. So this, I know that this number is less than equal to 1. 5 raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial. Is that okay? And I want this 5 raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 factorial to be less than 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. So you have to compute. Let us do the calculation. Can you, do you have calculators?
मैम ये f of c 1 कैसे हुआ?
Please, ये हम कल already explain कर चुके हैं. This is the derivative of sine and cos. Derivative, your function is sin x. We are taking the derivatives. So derivative for sure will be mod of sin x. Derivative will be either cos or sine. The maximum value is less than 1. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you take n is equal to, obviously you should not start with 1. We can start with 4, say. Like if we'll get this number less than 3 into 10 to the power minus 6, then we can try a smaller value. So what is this value in that case? N equal to 4. You can take some other value also. So this is 5 raised to 5 upon 5 factorial. Can you tell me what is this number? Anybody? Calculator use कीजिए बेटा. Please use your calculators. I don't have this calculator. That's why I'm asking you. करो बेटा everybody. You will understand. I'm waiting for you. I'm not doing the calculations.
Twenty-six
26.041.
So this is very large, no? So it means that we need to try a larger value. Let us try 15. That will be 5 raised to the power 16 upon 16 factorial. Can you see what is this number? Tell me, beta. How much?
0.00729.
Okay. 0.0729. So still we need to make 10 to the minus. So let us go for n for 20. So this will be 5 raised to the power 21 upon 21 factorial. Do it. Everybody is getting this thing? This number is
9.3 10 to the power minus 6.
9.3 into 10 to the minus 6. Still bigger than,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So go for n is equal to 21. Now because the distance is very small, so we'll take small, like from 22 we'll go to 21. 5 raised to the power 22 upon 22 factorial.
2.1 into 10 power minus 6.
2.1.
Dekho, you got it? So it means that n should be at least 21. Therefore, n should be at least 21. For error to be less than, got this thing, everybody? So it means that if you want to approximate sine 5 with polynomial, so you will replace it with P21x. Is that okay? So this is the Taylor polynomial. Clear hai beta sabko? Is this thing clear to everybody? If you do so, your error will be less than 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so this is one type of problem where you have a function at some value, say 5 or 6. This value is there, say 5. You approximate Pn5, F5 with Pn5, and you compute n. These things are given. Error is also given. Compute n. That number of terms you have to compute. This is one type of problem. Is that okay? So first type of problem is,
हम लोग कैसे डिसाइफर करेंगे कि लाइक कहाँ पे n की वैल्यू कितनी रखनी चाहिए हम लोगों को?
that is what we have to do. Just an experiment, hit and try. Okay, so you will
Okay,
just
ma'am.
put, for example, I put 4. So I saw that I am very far from 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. That is why I tried a very large number. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
this is what you have to do manually. Okay, so this is first type of problem where x is given, error is given, and you have to compute n. That how many terms you have to add so that your error is less than what is given. Okay, so the second type of problem is based on the same concept. Second type of problem is, I'm just writing it. For what value of x, we can replace sin x with x minus x cube upon 3 factorial, so that error is no greater than 3 into 10 to the minus 4. So here you see you are given n, right? Number of terms are given. Here given n, error is also given. So you have to find x. यही question है ना? Is that okay? So your number of terms are also given. Error is also given. You have to find for what value of x you can do so. So again here you will say, so you are approximating sin x with, what is this? X minus x cube upon 3 factorial. So this is equal to R3x. Clear? Because you are using up to 3 factorial. So this is equal to R3x. Fine. So now what is R3x? R3x will be fourth derivative at c into x raised to power 4 upon 4 factorial, where c is between 0 and x. So now this fourth derivative is, because your function is sin x, it means that this fourth derivative will be either sine or cos. So if you look at the modulus, this is fourth derivative at c into x is power 4 upon 4 factorial. So this modulus here is less than 1, less than equal to 1, x is power 4 upon 4 factorial. Is that okay? Now you want this number to be less than 3 into 10 to the minus 4. Is that okay? We want this number, we want mod of x raised to power 4 upon 4 factorial to be less than this number, 3 into 10 to the minus 4. Okay, so we want mod of x to be less than 4 factorial into 3 into 10 to the minus 4 raised to power 1
From where
by
do we
4.
take, ma'am, R3, ma'am, exactly?
Because beta, you see, you are replacing with this. So this is up to third. So the next, you see, if you are replacing with p and x, then the next error is r and x. So here you are replacing up to power n. It means that the error is r3. If it is 5 here,
Okay, ma'am, I got
then
it.
next is r6. Got it?
That
Okay.
means
So
highest
you
power
want
we have
this.
to take.
Yes, yes. Okay. Obviously, this is given to you. The next term will be this. Whatever this power is, that is the n here. Okay. So now, can you tell me what this number is? Can you tell me what this number is? Compute कर लीजिए बेटा, please.
हम 72 into 10 to the power minus.
How much?
Sorry, ma'am.
72
into 10. वो मैंने भी fourth root नहीं करा. एक second.
Okay. This is 0.291 for me. You can check the calculation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Point.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it means that because this is true for, you can approximate sin x, because we know that this series is for all values of x, you know, right? We already saw that this series is convergent for all values of x. So we are saying that if you just want to take first two terms, then you can approximate sin x with the first two terms, and your error will be less than 3 into 10 to the minus 4 only when mod x is less than 0.291. Is that okay? So this is what we are saying. Any doubt, beta?
Scroll कर दो एक बार.
Yeah, sure, beta. Up the last one, last question you want?
And बस यहीं पर मैम, यहीं पर.
Okay. So we have in your tutorial sheet 4, last 3 questions are like this. Okay. So there is one more type of question. I'll do that now.
Excuse me,
Okay,
ma'am.
done. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, इसका आंसर क्या रहता? 0.029.
91. So the next, you got it, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next question is, next type of question is, you are given let me write down. Estimate the error in the approximation sin hyperbolic x is equal to x plus x cube upon 3 factorial when mod of x is less than 0.5. Fine. So here you see x is given, mod like a bound on x is given. You are asked to find out the error. So this is another type of question. So we know that if you approximate sin hyperbolic x with this polynomial x plus x cube upon 3 factorial, so it will be less than is equal to R3x. Is that thing clear? Now you see, because it is up to 3, so this is less than equal to R3x, exactly equal to, sorry, not less than, equal to R3x mod. Now what is R3x? R3x is your fourth derivative at c into x raised power 4 upon 4 factorial. Got it? Where c is between 0 and x. ये clear है सबको? Is this thing clear to everybody?
Yes, yes.
Any doubt, beta? Okay. Now, this is, you know what is sin hyperbolic x? Because we need to compute the fourth derivative. Sin hyperbolic x is e raised power x minus e raised power minus x by 2. Okay, this is a definition. If you compute the derivative, I can tell you sin hyperbolic derivative is cos hyperbolic x and cos hyperbolic derivative is sin hyperbolic x. Okay, so this is not bounded. You cannot write it less than equal to 1. Sin is bounded, sin hyperbolic is not bounded. What is cos hyperbolic? E raised power x plus e raised power minus x by 2. Okay, is that thing clear? So now this derivative will be fourth derivative. First derivative is cos, then cos derivative is sin. That is your second derivative. Third derivative will be again cos. Fourth derivative will be sin. So what is R3 mod x? That will be sin
Ma'am, we don't-
hyperbolic c.
Ma'am, we
Yes,
don't
beta?
have minus cos x or something like that.
No, but differentiate it here. No, you
Okay.
differentiate. You'll get e raised power x plus e raised power minus x. That is cos hyperbolic. Again, you differentiate it. You'll get it back. So you don't have a negative sign here because this is the definition of sin hyperbolic and cos hyperbolic. Is that okay, beta?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this will be sin hyperbolic c x raised power 4 factorial. Where what is the information about c? You know that c is between 0 and x. Okay, clear? So c is between 0 and x, and it is given that mod x is less than 0.5 given, right? We have to compute this quantity. So mod x is less than 0.5, it means that x is less than 0.5. So what is this sin hyperbolic? I need to compute. So sin hyperbolic c. So if x is less than 0.5, it means that c is less than 0.5 and greater than 0. This is the information I have. Or because x is less than 0.5, so you see, if you want to compute it exactly, so this is the situation that your x is between minus 0.5 to 0.5. So x can be anywhere. So if your x is here, so in that case, you have c between 0 and 0.5. If your x is here, then you have c less than 0 greater than minus 0.5. Is that okay? Clear? So in this case, now you want to compute sin hyperbolic c, e raised power c minus e raised power minus c upon 2, right? I want a bound, like I want to see what is the maximum value. So because this is a positive number, so this for sure is less than e raised power c by 2. Can you see that? I'm just omitting this thing. Why? Because this is a positive number and I'm subtracting. So whatever this quantity is, that quantity is for sure less than e raised power c by 2. Right? So c, in these cases, I can see that e raised power c is less than e raised power 0.5 because c is less than 0.5 here also and c is less than 0.5 here also. Clear? So c is less than e raised power 0.5. What is e raised power 0.5? Tell me. Can you compute and tell me? This is 1.64. This is 1.64. Therefore, we get R3x is less than equal to, this number is less than 1.64 into mod x is less than 0.5 upon 4 factorial. So this is your error. Okay, beta? Is that thing clear?
Can you please explain again?
Yeah, beta. So in this question, you are asked that what is the error? So here our error is this. Ye clear hai sabko? This is the error because this is from the formula, just the formula. Now we have to find what is the maximum value of this error. The only information given to me is that mod x is less than 0.5. So mod x is less than 0.5. So I know this is less than equal to sine hyperbolic c into 0.5 raised to power 4 by 4 factorial. So this is the number I have to compute, sine c, sine hyperbolic c, right? So for that I'm saying that sine hyperbolic c is e raised to power c minus e raised to power minus c by 2. I want that what number, this number is less than what number. I want to compute that number. So what I'm doing is I'm just saying that this minus this. So if I just remove this quantity, just to make this thing simple, you can do something else also. You can replace this minus with a plus sign also, because that ways this number is for sure less than this number. So I'm just removing this quantity because this is a positive quantity and I'm subtracting. So this is less than e raised to power c by 2. Now c is less than 0.5. So this is less than e raised to power 0.5. E raised to power 0.5 is 1.62. Achha, by 2 bhi karna tha humne, right? So by 2. So this is this e raised to power c by 2 is less than 0.82. Okay, so I'll write here 0.82. So your final error is less than 0.82 into 0.5 raised to power 4 upon 4 factorial. Clear? So you can compute this number, whatever this number is, that is your answer. Got it, beta? There are 2 more questions in your tutorial sheet.
मैम ये सिर्फ 0.5 तो लेकिन 1.64 आया था, but
e raised to power c is 1.64 and we have to divide by 2 also, right? So sine c, sine hyperbolic is less than 0.82. Okay, beta? Yes, beta, please. Yeah. Okay. Ask your doubt if you have any.
Ma'am, I know I'm asking a very basic doubt, but ma'am, what is the meaning of sine hyperbolic c?
Yeah, beta, this is just a function which is defined as e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x by 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, this is called sine hyperbolic x function, and this is cos hyperbolic x, e raised to power x plus e raised to power minus x by 2, and then you can define tan hyperbolic x as sine hyperbolic x upon cos hyperbolic x. So actually these functions they are little bit similar to hyperbolic functions. Hyperbola, you know, right? Some graphical similarity is there, and some properties are similar to trigonometric function, but they are completely different function. For example, the derivative of sine hyperbolic x is cos hyperbolic x. Derivative of cos hyperbolic x is not minus sine hyperbolic x. You can check. That is actually sine hyperbolic x. Is that okay? So these are these two, right? Okay, beta. So I'm giving you this whole weekend. We will have a doubt class on 17th. Whenever we have the next class, like after tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be starting with new chapter. Tomorrow we will start chapter 12 from the same book, right? And next week we don't have a class on Monday because it is a holiday. Tuesday we have a class and we will have doubt class most of the time, right? Little bit we'll teach and then we'll go for doubt class. Is that okay? So you can complete this chapter. You can bring your doubts on Tuesday. That is 17th November. Is that okay, beta? Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.